at Cyclo but can't. So I thought I'd share it with all of you with what I was doing. I had a little setback with the greenhouse, so I revamped everything, and so very different. Okay. In a second.
But they're going to regret those things. I just need to chew this apple.
Go ahead, you can chew. And side note, yes, those are all of my mother's cows. You'll know. Okay. Did she?
Are we supposed to face?
Yeah, face that.
Are we supposed to do anything?
No, you won't have to do anything. You'll see what you're gonna do in a second. Yeah, I know. Okay. She might have died, it's fine.
You want me to get another camera?
Can do that too.
Okay.
My childhood started with oxygen tanks and trips to the hospital, along with Oreos hidden in pickup trucks and hands holding me up. I didn't have a normal childhood like a normal person. You see, I grew up with my grandparents. I grew up in a household where I learned from an early age the people you love the most are the ones that can get sick. You see, when I was 7, my grandfather got sick. And in that time period, I learned what it was like to lose and have things taken from you. I learned at a young age that childhood wasn't something to take for granted, just like these people weren't. I learned that childhood was something more precious than that. I learned that on days that were good, he'd take me out and he'd bring me to McDonald's and we'd share French fries and laughter. And always sometimes I'd have to go remake his meal. But I also learned that there were days that were going to be really bad. That there were days where I'd have to sit in a hospital waiting room and that I would have to remember the good days. That I would have to sit there and watch as my best friend died. I had to remember things that normal little kids didn't have to know. I had to remember that sometimes childhood wasn't easy. I had to remember that the little things were the things that were important. I had to remember that looking out that front yard at that tree as it would blossom was the best thing because I knew that that meant springtime was come and he could breathe again. I knew that that meant baseball tournaments and football was coming back and all the things that we could do together while he hung out in his bed. I remember waking up every morning and knowing that if I walked downstairs that he would be waiting for me. And yet, when I go home now, things are really different. That couch is no longer the couch he sits on. It's the couch that I sit on and I watch my mother rock in her rocking chair alone because I have to live in Massachusetts now like they once did. And I feel guilty about that. I have learned that childhood wasn't easy and I learned that I had to grow up very early. And that wasn't fair. I should have been a normal child. I should have known the normal things that normal children know. I shouldn't have known what medicine costs. I shouldn't have known what the back of an ambulance looked like and I shouldn't have known the ER nurses by heart, but I did. And now I go home. And when I go home, I sit on that couch. And when I sit on that couch, I look out that window and I remember him riding the lawnmower, and I remember him yelling at me through the window because I would always make funny faces at him. And I remember that he used to tell my mother that all those stupid cow things that she tried to put up in the house weren't worth it because they were dumb. And now the house is covered in those stupid cow things because he had to go. He returned back to the place where he belonged more than where he belonged with me, holding my hand and hiding Oreos in his pickup truck and taking me to my baseball game.